Hi guys, this is Sabine from TheNumerostar.com. Today's video is titled Manifesting Your SP Back When Nothing Has Worked Yet. This week I've received an email from a viewer who wanted to know how to manifest his SP back after a bad breakup because he felt he's tried already everything. And so in this video we'll see what you can do to still manifest your SP when nothing you've done has worked so far. So here is the email that I got. My breakup with my ex was bad, but I still miss her. She's in another relationship and I've been trying to manifest her with barely any results. It seems like things got worse. I really need help on how to bring her back. I've done SATs and I think I did it right, but I don't know if I could let go long enough also for it to manifest. Okay, a lot can be said, and that's why I thought I would make a video instead of answering the email. So first thing first, my breakup with my ex was bad. So if you're listening to me, and I think you are, saying that the breakup is bad is putting you in a position of you being in separation and you being in a breakup. And I know that this is your reality right now in your 3D, but because you create from within, if you cannot keep saying that you are in separation or you are after having a breakup. So I understand that this is a situation, but from now on, I would like for you to position yourself in union, because after all, you know already the girl that you are interested in. So rather than focusing on the fact that you are in separation, embrace the fact that you know who is it that you want to spend your life with. And what you could do first and foremost would be to have closure. I have done a video on this as well, on the breakup. Then I can read, I still miss her. Now, we usually would say that quite naturally when someone is abroad, for instance, and we miss their presence. But in your case, because it's in a particular context, the fact that you would say that you miss her would be with hurt associated with the terminology. The reason I'm saying this is because if you are hurt because you are missing her, you are not in, how can I say that? You are not in the ideal state to manifest her back, simply because if you had her in your life right now, you wouldn't be hurting with her absence. So again, as a quick fix, I would say, focus on, for now, on having a different meaning and having closure on the breakup and on the fact that you are missing her, and embrace the fact that you know the person that you want to be in a relationship with. Then you say she is in another relationship. Now, this is also explaining that you are in separation because she is in a relationship, so she is in union, except that it's not with you. Now, this doesn't matter at all because it's what we call a circumstance, and circumstances do not matter simply because if they leave your scenario, they leave as well your 3D. Meaning that this should be not even a detail or a debate or something to talk about, because her being in another relationship means that you were afraid enough at some stage that she would meet someone else, and that's exactly what happened. So as long as you remove it from the next scenario, it won't happen. So don't. Then you say, I've been trying to manifest her, and that is a real issue here, because manifesting is not a trying process, you see. Manifesting is just being in a certain state of being for you to manifest what you want without any resistance. Now, As a human being, lots of people have resistance, me included. Don't think for a minute that because I know exactly how to manifest, how to remove the intensity, how to lower the importance, and all the rest, how to let go, how to detach, and how to react to my 3D and everything. Don't think for a minute that I am some kind of a superwoman. I don't have my moments. I do have my moments as well, except I never dwell in them. So if you watch any video, all other coaches as well, they will tell you that manifesting is not a trying process. And if they talk about techniques, I rarely talk about techniques because I don't believe in them, but sometimes it's reassuring to have a technique to rely on, but techniques are only for you to be in a certain state. And a state means that you need to think a certain way and feel a certain way. Then you mention with barely any result, and it seems like things got worse. Now, this is very interesting because when what you're saying basically is that in your 3D you haven't seen any tangible results. Now, manifesting works the other way around. You will know that you are on the right path when you feel and think a certain way, not with what you experience in your 3D, because remember, you create within, so you create from your thoughts, that the thoughts that you believe to be true, just to make sure we are on the same page. Not any thought, the thoughts you believe to be true, and the way you feel about them. So you create from that, so from your inner world, and you experience in your 3D. The fact that you believe that things got worse is actually, you might find that surprising, but it's actually a good sign, because it means that your reticular activating system, otherwise known as RAS, knew exactly where to look at. And because you were trying and because you were negatively observing your 3D, then, like a boomerang, if you will, your 3D reflected back onto you your thoughts and your feelings. Remember, your girl, your woman, the one that you want to be back with, she is only the messenger, if you want, of your state. So she is the messenger of what you think and believe is true about you and her. Then you said something really interesting to me. You said, and it helped to know how to bring her back. It's not so much a matter of bringing her back to you, and I would like for you to know that she is already in your quantum bubble with you. So it's not a matter of bringing her back. It's just a matter of her showing herself like your girl, as well as you giving yourself permission to see her the way you would like her to be like. Then you say something really interesting as well. You say, I've done SATs and I think I did that all right. Well, indeed, you can do a technique right or wrong, but we are not talking, manifesting is not about a technique. It's about who you are within. What I'm trying to say is that there's no right or wrong way, because it's not a technique. So again, you will know that you've done it right, if you want to use that terminology, only when you feel at peace with what you are manifesting. If you see, if you hear, if you feel the naturalness in your inner conversations, for instance, of what you want. Then I'm not quite sure about, I could let go long enough for it to manifest, because usually I don't have this type of questions. I have about how should I let go, and how do I know if I have let go properly, or how to detach, or things like that. So with this in mind, I'm going to articulate now the solutions, if you want, around 3 points. Those points are what usually happens for the manifestors when they feel stuck and they don't know what else they can do. So point number 1, it is how intense are you when you are manifesting? So are you intense when you affirm in doing your sats? So the solution is to reduce its importance by acknowledging that what you want is natural and happens every day to thousands, if not millions of people. In other words, you might find it difficult to manifest right now, but you are no exception to the law. And as soon as you're back on track, by reducing the intensity and by respecting the other 2 points I will mention later, your manifestation will show up, because there's no exception to the law. It's the same for everybody, including you. Now, in fairness, if you've listened to my other videos, I am intense and I know how to manage the intensity that I feel by focusing on myself and on my well-being. I also laugh a lot and I release tension that way. Bottom line, you can be intense if it's not to the detriment of what you want. If it is, reduce the importance of your manifestation by making it one among many other manifestations and the ease with which other couples are back together, feeling the naturalness of being in a relationship with your girl. Point number 2, where is your true focus? Is it on fixing? Is it you being fixated on your current situation, thinking about your situation and looking at your situation and looking as well at the solution? Is it trying to convince yourself that it's going to be okay, but feeling the lack as you are still hurting about her absence? If you are on that path, you're focusing on the path of big resistance and not on the least resistance. You are putting roadblocks all along your journey and delaying your manifestation. I'm not saying you will never manifest your SP back, but that your focus needs to be on point to avoid delaying its objectification. Now, there are a few solutions at hand, obviously. Put the focus back on you and realize what a great catch you are. Praise your SP in your head. If you haven't done so already, have closure again on the last chapter of your scenario to open a new one with your SP. Focus on what you'll do when you are together. Focus on what couples usually do and see what you're going to do with her. Feel again the naturalness of you being well, being happy, feeling content, feeling serene, peaceful in that relationship with her. And now to the point number 3, which is, have you effectively let go? Now, I have a few videos on the topic, but again, letting go is not you forgetting about your SP. That would be denying the purpose. I mean, if you want your SP back, asking you to think about the next game instead of being with your girlfriend is stupid. Because all this would do is that you would suppress your feelings, and this is not obviously your best course of action. Letting go, as you know by now, is leaving behind the worries, the sadness, the hurt, the last scenario, the last story, because it doesn't serve you anymore. And that's why I keep insisting on that, but it's not really talked about. But having closure is really important. Now, letting go is also taking ownership that you are the one creating the scenarios of your life. So create a new one, a new scenario, and decide to stand by it instead of lamenting the fact that the old scenario didn't work out in your favor. Did that, time to move to another chapter. Now, as a bonus, I would like to talk about the way you affirm. Well, you haven't mentioned that in your email, but as you know, as long as you think, as long as you have an opinion, as you make a judgment, you are actually affirming, okay? So I know that some of you ask me to review their affirmations as well. And those of you who have taken my course on affirmations, in which I also show you how to create inner conversations and the best scenario for yourself, the best story, show me wonderful affirmations and they're good to go. But to be really honest with you, I wouldn't have spent 5 months of my life developing that course if everybody knew how to do this, right? I mean, if I could have made a couple of videos instead, I would have had. But I developed this course on purpose because affirmations are more subtle than you think. So I'll give you an example because it might be your case and I want to help you. If you repeat to yourself, "My SP loves me," while you are hurting with their absence, I apologize to bring bad news, but it might actually aggravate the situation. And you know, the way that you mentioned that things got worse, it could be things like that as well. To say one thing while feeling the other way around. Because what will manifest is not your SP loving you, it is your SP hurting you by their absence. In other words, your affirmations, when you can't believe in their truth or in their possibility, will not do anything for you, since only what you believe to be true, like you missing a person, that's very true to you because you're feeling that way right now, well, that feeling will keep on coming back in your 3D until you change your perception. I think this was worth mentioning because I know how exhausting it can be to do your best and have no results. Be vigilant with the type of thoughts that you believe to be true. And if they work against you, again, flipping them might not work easily, so you will have to decide on a meaning that makes sense to you. But again, all of this is explained in the course. But if you want to do it on your own, this would be my type of advice. So make sure that you believe in the possibility of your manifestation happening. Make sense with proper words. Use words that are natural to you, and focus on the naturalness and on the way that you can believe in their truth or in their possibility. Also, I would like to remind you that I have recently released a $12.99 ebook on how to get your SP back. And it has received great feedback, I have to say. So thank you so much for your feedback. I have really appreciated that. To the last client who got it, I have also sent you daily reminders. I'm not quite sure that you got them. So if you'd like to have a look at in your spam, maybe, that would be good. No, I hope that this video has helped you. And now for everybody watching my videos, I would like to tell you again, I know you can do it. I do believe in you. And on that note, happy manifesting.